Romance. It's literally everywhere. You see it on the TV, on your social media, on the street. You hear about it all the time on the radio. Let's face it, everyone is in a relationship. But we have changed since then. We've gone from being in a relationship to being single, to being married, widowed, divorced, separated, and let's face it, most recently we've got the new status. It's complicated. With over 7.5 billion people in the world, you'd think it'd be really easy to find that special someone. Unfortunately, it's not. Finding that special someone has changed a lot. It used to be a little bit easier, where you'd either meet someone at work or even from school or college, university perhaps. You'd even just go out with friends, hang out, have some fun. And then there was always that opportunity of meeting someone, that special someone on that Saturday night. The world of dating has changed. We used to meet in person, and then we transferred this onto the online world, the virtual world of online dating. So we would sign up to websites and start uploading information about ourselves, picking out the best pictures that would make us look good. And then, of course, it was that heart-fluttering moment of actually exchanging emails and even instant messaging. However, it's changed again. We've now moved into another virtual world of dating apps and social media, where the text messages of just saying hi, or did I say text messages? I mean direct messaging, could just be hi, and that would actually instigate a whole full-blown romance. We were on a quest to speak to different single people all over the world about their dating experience, especially in the dating world today. Unfortunately, there weren't any single men that wanted to take part in this documentary. However, we were able to gather opinions and stories from 4 amazing women who wanted to really share what they thought about dating today. And also, it was to answer our question, is romance dead?
Hello, my name is Michi Renee. I am located in Irving, Texas. I am a 47-year-old single Black female. I have 3 children. I have been single for almost 3 years. It will be in May. I am a 2-time divorcee. One from a man and one from a woman.
So I have been single it's been a couple of years now.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I've been divorced since 2015. Since then, I've been in a couple of relationships, but I'm currently single and have been for about 2 years now.
The most interesting date that I've been on, worst, funny, strange, I can't even answer that because I don't feel as though I ever really dated before. It was just kind of like I met people, we had common interest, and we got together.
Yeah, so I have been on a lot of interesting dates over the years. I've met some right characters, and I'd say it's a mixed bag. Like when I was in my 20s and I was navigating dating, I did meet people, men who were really shy, they were indecisive, they didn't really take the lead, and some were just strange. Like I went on a date once and a guy said to me that I'm gonna die young of euthanasia, and that really like startled me because I was on a date and I expected banter, and he's just said to me that I'm gonna die young. So that was really, really weird. I had another strange experience once when I went on a date with a dentist. We met up, we went for coffee. He was looking at how much coffee I'm drinking and how much sugar I've put in, and he was dropping things like sugar's really bad for you do know that it's not good for you. And then we actually ended up sitting down and having some food to eat. He then started watching what I was eating. He then just kept dropping little weird questions in, like, why didn't I do science as a subject? Why didn't I do science, like pursue a career in the medical or the science field? Why didn't I want to become a dentist? And I was thinking, that's really weird. Like, why would I want to pursue dentist? It was almost like it was ramming dentistry down my throat, and it was just such a strange experience. And then I felt like he was watching my teeth. I know it sounds crazy, but I felt like he was looking at my teeth. It was almost like he was trying to see, have I got any fillings? And then he asked me, like, have you had your wisdom teeth? And it was just so weird because he was asking me everything about teeth and nothing about myself. And then at the end, I actually found out that he's not even a dentist, he's a dental nurse. And I found that pretty hilarious because I thought, you're not a dentist, but yet you wanted to know everything about dentistry, and you wanted me to pursue a career in dentistry, and it was just all really, really bizarre. But yeah, when I look back at my experience of dating, I have met some rather strange men.
The strangest date I had was one where I was arranging to meet someone, and on arrival they seemed vague and surprised when I turned up and looked at me as if to say, "Who are you?" I had to ask if they were going to buy me a drink, which again surprised them. After spending an hour in his company, I asked if he would like another drink, which I paid for. It took him several minutes to decide if he wanted to stay or not before saying, "I suppose we could." It really felt like he really did not want to be there. The whole thing was strange in that we'd been matched by the agency and felt he was going through the emotions of going on a date rather than really wanting to be there.
Um, I think today is a little difficult, especially when you get older in age, um, to kind of meet people. But I'm open to online dating, getting comfortable with the dating apps. Um, I've had a lot of people inbox me on all the social media platforms, and I'm just not really open to it, especially if people come at me with the whole sending pictures of themselves. I recently had a guy send me a picture of himself half naked in my Instagram inbox. Never spoke to the person before. That was his first introductions of himself, was to say, "Hey, how you doing?" and then send a half naked picture. Immediate turn off, immediate block, not interested. If that's what you have to offer, you definitely have the wrong girl. Because you sending me pictures of your body is not going to get me to react to you in any way other than, yeah, I'm not talking to you. Um, so that's kind of how I feel about people in the inbox being genuine. Like if someone sent me a message through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, or just connected me on any social media platform, if they were genuine and came to me talking sense, I might entertain it. But for the most part, the people that have come into my inbox, yeah, it's been on foolishness. Um, so yeah. Um, some years ago, like 2010 or 11, I actually did go on Craigslist and posted an ad. It was successful. I met a lot of great people, some people that I ended up dating and connecting with. I'm going to do some actual blind dates. I'm going to allow a friend of mine to hook me up with someone. So I'm just going to explore all options. Never been open to blind dates, never been open to people fixing me up with someone. So I'm really going to give that a try and see how that works for me.
I've found that some of the men, they couldn't really always communicate, and I've met people who were just really really shy. They weren't opening up, and that made it really difficult for me to even like engage with them, because they were really timid, or they were looking on the floor, or they just wouldn't speak, right? So who wants to go on a date with someone that's not really speaking? And I truly do believe that when you're finding that special someone, um, it's not like, for some people they're lucky to find someone through school or at a young age, but really when it comes to dating and finding true love, you're looking for someone who you connect with on a deeper level. And I think in today's modern world, because there's so much choice now, people are like, living life differently. There's online apps, there's events. Back in the day, like when my parents got married, they got introduced to someone, and it was done like traditionally through the family. Whereas today in the modern world, like, we do get a choice, and I think it's that choice, and certain cultural pressures as well, like pressures to maybe get married within a certain religion, or even within a certain caste, within a certain age. There's all these other things that contribute to making it difficult to find love. And these are things that people don't always openly talk about. So I feel like it's actually really, really hard to find someone when you've got to go through so many different like protocols. I'd say it's that, and then it's the added cocktail of navigating online dating and events. And I think it's just the most vulnerable thing you can do as well, putting yourself out there, trying to find that special someone. And that is, in my experience, it has been a very difficult process.
What's my opinion on dating today, especially in regards to dating apps, online dating, and social media? I hate them. I find that it's easier for people to lie about who they really are, whether it's photographs that they are old or do not show what they really look like, lie about actually being single. I found out several times that someone I've been chatting to or have met are living with someone and are in a relationship, or they try to scam you for money. I feel that a lot of men online are not really into finding a real relationship, but more to do with wanting a physical relationship before getting to know someone. I know that dating apps and online dating does work for some people, but in my personal experience, I've not found this, and feel men are out on for one thing and not looking for long term commitment.
So at this stage in my life, I really do want to um, connect and be with someone and get married later, but I do want to date. I want to meet people um, that are interesting to me, that are interested in me, and just casually date to see where things can go.
After hating the experience of online dating and using apps, I decided to go to a matchmaking agency and basically pay them to do the job of trawling through profiles to find a possible match. I felt that if you're paying a large amount of money, you'd be more likely to find someone who is looking for a long term commitment, because they too would have spent money on trying to find a long term relationship. My experience so far has not been an enjoyable one, as you heard from my strangest date anecdote. I felt that the matches I were given were either too old, lived too far away, or I just didn't fancy the look of them. I want to find someone attractive as well as enjoy their company, although I do know that looks aren't everything. Maybe I'm just getting too fussy the older I get and the more time I spend as a single woman. I have learnt, however, that although it would be good to be in a relationship and have a company of a man, it's not what makes me as a person at the end of the day. A person should enhance you within a relationship and not hinder you. I am happy as an independent person and have learned to enjoy a fulfilled life as a single person following my divorce. For me, I would have to meet someone special to allow them into my life with everything that I have going on in it.
Yeah, so I guess when it comes to finding love, we all want to find that fairy tale romance where we think that we're going to bump into someone on a train or in a plane or on holiday. I haven't actually had that luck on my journey. I'd say that actually, in reality, when it comes to finding love, I've tried many different avenues. So I've tried introductions through my family, the arranged route. I've gone to matrimonial events. I've gone to Gurdwara events. So finding love within a matrimonial service at my local Gurdwara. I've navigated online dating, speed dating, professional mingle events. I've had introductions through family, and I've got to honestly say that when I look back at all these different avenues, it's still difficult. You might think that we've got more choice now, so maybe it's the choice that's making it harder. But yeah, there are many different avenues there, but the route to finding the one, I think, it's a combination of just finding the right one for you when it's the right time.
Absolutely, romance is extremely important. And not the traditional romance as far as buying things and um, going on dates. And romance to me is the non subtle cues, the communication. That's romance to me. Just walking and talking is romance to me. Um, Romance to me, we could be sitting on the couch and having no conversation, just literally watching something on TV, or maybe um, we're each doing something. Someone could be reading, someone could be playing with their phone, but all of those things are romance, not just the whining and dining. I do like those things, and my love language is gifts. So that's how I receive love or whatever. And when I say gifts, it doesn't have to be everything overly expensive. Like my ex, I love Hello Kitty, and she would always be buying me something that had a Hello Kitty, whether it was a notebook, a pencil, a cup, a mug, just, little things like that, that shows me that you were thinking about me. So for the last 3 years, I've really just taken the time to, first of all, figure out my sexuality. If I want to be with a man or if I want to be with a woman, um, what that was all about. Um, and then two, I am a Christian. So I am really looking for someone who aligns and has the same values, and understanding that certain things are not going to be happening as they might in other types of relationships with other people.
Yeah, I'd say romance is really important in a relationship for me. Um, I'd say it's important because it's the foundations, really, right? It's the foundations of a relationship. If you don't have romance, you don't really have anything. Are you even in a relationship if you don't have romance? And I think romance, it could mean lots of different things to people, but I'd say, yeah, for me, it's the foundations. It's everything that makes the relationship a relationship. So I need romance for sure.
Is romance dead? Yes.
I don't think romance is dead. I think it's just dormant and it needs to be awakened again. I think some of the younger generation of women have really changed that trajectory. And, not really to call anyone out, but millennial women, Gen Z women um, tend to allow men to do some different things that that other generations of women may not have um, allowed to happen, or certain things to be okay. And romance is important for me. And if that person doesn't display that, it's like that 80-20. So the person needs to have 80% of what I'm looking for and 20% not. So it can't be the 20% and the 80. That doesn't work. So romance is a big factor to me, and it's important. So that would be a consideration for me. I've been with both women and men. I would have to say that I do not classify myself as gay or bi at this point. I made a decision to be with women, and I was with women for 10 plus years, 2007 to 2018. So it's different, but yet the same. Dating is dating. The gender really doesn't. The rules of dating are the same. Let's say that the rules of dating are the same, and it's just a matter of connecting with the right person. That's what I really believe.
Yeah, so I love this question. Is romance dead? Is it? So I'd say for me, romance is an expression of our feeling. It's how we feel within, and you're articulating and expressing your innermost thoughts, your desires to a potential partner. And I think when it comes to dating and online dating, and then you're navigating to meet and match with someone and go on a date, I'd say romance, in my experience, has definitely been dead. I think dating in general is such a vulnerable thing that anyone can do. Romance it's you expressing your feelings and your values in terms of what do you want from a partner, what do you want from life, from a relationship, and it's you communicating those values. But it's really difficult to do that when you're navigating dating and you're feeling a bit vulnerable because you're meeting someone for the first time, and we do have these barriers up, and you're trying to unpick these barriers and actually get to someone's heart and get to know them. And it does make it even more difficult if we're not really clearly communicating what we want. So I'd say in that sense, romance is definitely dead.
How do I feel about online dating apps, social media dating, and just online dating? Well, I think it has its place, but at the same time, in order to really form a relationship with a person, you have to incorporate that physical element.
Women, despite what feminists and everybody say, obviously each to your own. There's plenty of women that want to be totally independent. I think you can be independent, but still enjoy a traditional relationship in the sense that the guy wants to, protect the woman.
And people that come to my events generally come to me as well for another reason, because they're burnt out by the apps. So, and they want to meet genuine people. So I'm not saying bad things about the apps, because they do create opportunities, but, dating apps have kind of changed the way we date. So we date a lot casually now.